Welcome to McDonald's. We have a 2 for $6 deal going on right now. And I'm gonna pop this boy. That's right, The Boys. What I'm gonna be reviewing today. I have the Omnibus softcover edition. Looks like this. And let me just say, if you're a fan of the show, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll like this, because these two series have a very different vibe. Spoiler warning, in order to contrast the show and the comic book, I'm gonna need to spoil them quite a bit. But basically, in the show The Boys, there's a lot of spoilers for the show too. It's a world with superheroes in it, and they're super corrupt, and the main characters hate the superheroes, and they're trying to kill all the evil ones, right? So, they in the show don't have powers. In the comics, everyone except Huey is already powered up by the very beginning of the book. So, like, the sort of belief system that no one should have that kind of power isn't really present in the comics. They just absolutely hate the superheroes and are willing to do whatever it takes to kill all of them, as many of them as possible. And Huey is also like a very different character in the comics. He's a lot more timid, and he's a lot less naive, sort of. He's almost like more naive and less naive at the same time. He's less naive, but also less emotionally vulnerable, I feel like. Also, he looks way different in the comics too. He's bald. He looks like Heisenberg, but if he had a big face. So, yeah, that's what The Boys comics is in difference to the show. And they have similar vibes, sort of, but the comics are basically just like vulgarity and gore, killing superheroes. That's it. You don't really get a lot of the nuance that the show has, but you also don't have to see a lot of the messed up imagery the show has. Like that one on the first episode of season 3, I'm pretty sure. If you see the scene, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if all that stuff is in here, but there is some stuff in here that are like about that messed up, but because you're not actually seeing it in an actual video, it's not as bad, you know? Anyway. Yeah, don't read this unless you're like 18, I guess. I mean, I'm not, and I read it, but I don't want anyone's parents yelling at me. I would give The Boys comics like a 6.5 out of 10. They're pretty good, but they just don't live up to the show. The show's way better. They rewrote a lot of the things for the show, and they made it better, in my opinion. Anyway, that's my The Boys review.